again, guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice, and I have my weekly sales update video for you guys. So this is going to be for the week July 15th through to the 21st. This is actually the week, like the first full week, if you like, that I've been back from vacation, where all of my stores have been sort of on vacation or extended handling times. So I said in my last sales video, which was the one of everything that I kind of sold while I was literally on vacation, I said that I thought that this might be a slower week for me. It hasn't been too bad, actually, which, touch wood, it'll continue. Thing about changing handling times or doing less listings is sometimes it does take a week or two for those things to kind of catch up and for us to see sort of cause and effect in my experience. So I'm not going to sort of hold my breath until next week has passed. But hopefully this is a sign that maybe like the summer slowdown is over. Fingers crossed, who knows? Let me know down in the comments how your sales are going. Have you seen anything pick up since we're getting sort of into that back to school time, or has it never slowed down for you? That would be good too. Okay, so I've had no Etsy sales this week, which does not surprise me because I put zero effort into Etsy. I haven't listed anything, relisted anything, nothing. So that's definitely on my list of things to do this week. So I'm going to start with Posh. As always, I will show you each item and I will let you know where I picked them up. My average cost of goods is, as I always say, $1 per piece. That's my average across like the whole year, basically what I submit to my CPA. I will try and let you know if I can remember what I paid in actuality for each item, but just bear in mind that $1 average cost of goods, that's what I like to go with. And of course, right at the end of the video, I will give you all of my numbers for the week, including like gross sales and fees, and of course, my net profit. So let's crack on. First one on Poshmark, which actually Poshmark did really well for me this week. I was really happy. Was this velvet Graham and Spencer black waffle knit sort of crop top. It had kind of like a slouchy sleeve to it, just a really cute waffle knit piece, perfect for the upcoming fall season. I can't believe I'm saying that. And this sold for a best offer of $30. Please bear in mind with Poshmark, if I send out the offer to likers, then I do include a shipping discount, unless it's a bundle, of course, which is $1.80 out of my pocket to go towards the buyer's shipping. So just something to bear in mind. So that was the first one. Oh, it's thinking. Okay, here we go. So the next piece is a Free People skirt. It was size 12, so that was pretty good. Was able to find a stock photo, which I put in the second one. I barely ever use them as my first photo. I just don't really want to get in trouble for it, if I'm being honest. But it was just a denim sort of like a rusted brown kind of color. Really, really cute. High-waisted mini skirt. And it sold for $30. Again, really showing signs of that upcoming season change, I think, in some of these sales. This piece was, as you can see here, vintage Nike Air. I had this in my sort of to-list pile, death pile, whatever you want to call it, for the longest time. And I didn't bother listing it because, quite frankly, I thought it was a bit boring, if I'm being honest. I do like selling like vintage Nike pieces and stuff, but I didn't think this one had much going for it. It didn't have a lot in terms of spell out or logo or whatever. However, it had so much interest on Poshmark. I was really, really surprised. Anyway, it sold eventually for a best offer of $30. I think it had it up for... No, I think I had it listed for $30, so I think it was a full price purchase, actually. No discounts there. And I hope that they love it. Hopefully they're going to enjoy it, upcycle it, whatever they want to do with it. But I thought that one was interesting since I'd put it off for so long. Vintage Victoria's Secret, full-length nightgown, beautiful teal color with all this lace work. This actually sold for $22. It was listed around $35, and I took a best offer. It had a beautiful, like, big slit and stuff like that. The reason why I think that it... I decided to take a lower offer, basically, is this here. This was actually a broken piece. This is sort of only half. I described it all down here, but this is only half of the sort of strap closure type thing. And then there was a few stitches that had been put in here by someone. So basically, it was a flawed piece. Had it not been flawed, I think I would have held out more so for that $30 to $35 range. But at this point, I'm happy to take the 22. And this sold probably in... about 3 months of being listed. And I think I got that one at a yard sale. The other two I got at rummage sales. I will mention that, or the other three. And this one was from a filler bag for a rummage sale. This was, as you can see, Disney Cinderella ball gown. It did have the headband as well included. And let me see if I can find the tag. It was nothing particularly special. It was just sort of like disguise or something like that. But I got this, like I said, at filler bag. So I went ahead and grabbed it and just kind of stuffed it in. Halloween is coming, but this sold already. It was listed for $25 because these are not expensive pieces retail. So I didn't want to go too high with it. Someone offered me $18 and I was very happy with that. Cole Haan, these I got at a yard sale. I know I did pay $1 for these. They were a lovely black leather woven loafer made in Italy. Really, really nice. Leather soles, I believe. Oh no, man-made soles. I tell a lie. But yes, I know I got them from a yard sale. I know I paid about $1, and they've been listed for about 2.5 months at this point, so not too long really. These do tend to sit for me a little bit, but as long as I sort of am patient with them, I find that Cole Haan does do really well for me, and they sold for a best offer of $35. Nike Golf Dry Fit. This is something that I would think twice about buying again, at least for the price point that I bought it for. I got it from a thrift store, which means I paid probably around $3, which isn't too high, but it sold for $16 with a shipping discount. So that really did eat into my profit somewhat once you consider the 20% fees of Poshmark. If I could find these kind of items for like $1 or so, I think I would still grab them, but sort of that thrift store $3 and up, probably not so much. And this did take about 4 or 5 months, I think, to sell. These Coach shoes, these like flat loafers, whatever you want to call them, they sold this week as well. Olive grey classic logo penny loafers. They were just in really, really nice condition. And I had found those... Let me think. It was either a yard sale or rummage sale. It escapes me now. I can't remember. But I know they've been listed for about 6 to 8 weeks. So they've gone pretty quickly. They were listed for around 50, I think. And then I sent out a best offer of 45 and somebody accepted. Talbots. Now, this piece has been listed a long time. This was a size medium. I often talk about how I like to buy Talbots in those plus sizes. So I'm talking sort of kind of extra large. It's not really a plus size, but like 1X and up really with Talbots, especially their knits and their novelty prints and things like that. I grabbed this just because I thought it was a nice color palette. Again, that kind of fall feeling happening, but it's been listed now for probably 7 to 8 months, if not a little bit longer, honestly. And it's sold for the 16 that you can see here eventually. Tommy Hilfiger green straight leg pants. These were from a filler bag from a rummage sale. So again, very, very low cost of goods, sold for 16. I like those. Those are pretty much staples, very much bread and butter for me. And this piece I picked up just completely based on the style. It's a black button-down cardigan. As you can see, the brand was Voodoo Vixen. I'll show you that label. Which I think is kind of like a rockabilly pin-up style brand, size small, and it had just some really beautiful embroidery with cherries and I guess like cherry blossoms and things like that. Lots and lots of interest on eBay and on Poshmark. Eventually, I think I had it listed at 35 just because I thought the style was cool, and eventually I settled with somebody on 25, which I think is very fair. Okay, this was a rummage sale find as well. Free People black and red romper. The comps look pretty good for this, around $50. So that's where I listed it. However, it was a size 0. Not that that should necessarily matter, but those smaller sizes can move just a little bit slower. It's been listed now for about 2 months or so. And we are creeping out of the season now, creeping out of summer. So when someone offered me $30, I decided to go ahead and take it. And again, that was a filler bag situation. So we're talking less than $1 is probably what I paid for this piece. Not Your Daughter's jeans, just a very standard pair of black high-rise bootcut jeans. This is an older tag, not the newer one, so just to let you know. And yes, $20 is what I took for them, and I think that was the best offer. Yeah, just a very staple piece again. Betsy Johnson, I thought this piece was really cute. I grabbed this from a thrift store, so probably somewhere between $3 to $6 is what I paid for it. Of course, our average cost of goods is about $1, but you know what I'm saying. And I picked it up because I thought it was cute. It was, I don't know if it's a negligee or if it was a dress, you know, I suppose it could go either way, really, depending on how adventurous you are. Here is the tag right there. It was a size 4, and I had it listed probably for about 3 to 4 months at this point. I had it listed at 35. Someone sent me an offer for 25, or I sent out an offer. Either way, that is where it went for $25. Which is pretty average, I find, for Betsy Johnson at this point. Life is Good. This, again, very low cost of goods. I think I got this at a yard sale or a rummage sale. And once I grabbed it, I wasn't too happy. I grabbed it because it was an XXL, and Life is Good as a brand tends to do really well for me. However, it was a dated piece. It was a 2011 like festival distressed piece or whatever. And when I looked at them, the comps really weren't good. They were going for like $5 to $6 on eBay, basically. I decided, since it was a larger size and an overall good brand, that I was going to go ahead and stick to my guns. I put it up at 18, sent out an offer of 15, and someone accepted it. So I was happy with that. And that's probably within about 4 months or so. This piece, Prana, this is usually a really good brand to sell. I'll go ahead and show you that logo as well so you know what that looks like. This is kind of like a, I want to call it like a holistic, like yoga type brand, if you know what I mean. Size large. Unfortunately, it did have a flaw when I got home, I realized. Not much, but it did have a bleach mark, unfortunately, on the sleeve, which you can do nothing about. And so I took a best offer of $10, basically, simply because it was a flawed piece. Otherwise, I would have expected to get more sort of closer to $18, I think. And the last piece of this pair of Columbia shorts. Columbia is kind of hit or miss for me. However, on Poshmark, I find that it does pretty well. And I like the print on these pieces, on these shorts, I should say. So I went ahead and picked them up. Again, I think this was a rummage sale situation. And they went for best offer of $15, which is not too bad at all. Okay, and on to eBay. So the next two items I'm going to show you in a bundle together. If you're wondering how I did that, I had my buyer, she had messaged me and said, essentially, like she wanted to make an offer, but she wanted it on 2 items, and she asked me if I could do free shipping. I said I couldn't really do free shipping according to the offer that she had given me, but I'd be happy to split the shipping with her because they would go in a padded flat rate for about $8. So essentially what she did is she put them both into a cart, and she sent me an offer on each, and I accepted the offer on each. And then when I went to invoice her, which is the next step, I said, don't pay. I'm going to send you an invoice with the shipping discount that we discussed updated on there that I can do manually. So it's right there on my sales page. I go to it and it says send invoice. I click on that. It shows me both items and what the buyer paid, and you can scroll down to the box where it says shipping, and you can alter that basically. So I changed it for her to say $4, knowing that I would pay the other $4 out of pocket, and we would kind of meet in the middle, just in case you are wondering how to do that. And then of course you send the invoice and they can pay. So they bought this pair of Catherine's linen pants and this other pair of Catherine's linen pants as well. Both of those together for a total of $35 plus $4 shipping. And I paid the other $4, like I said. So there's that first one. Next, this was such a quick sale. And I found with which I think it's kind of like a wholesale boutique type brand, very, very boho vibes. They either go really, really quickly or sit forever. I don't know what the deal is. I actually went to a yard sale this Saturday where I picked up the mother load of apparently that was their thing, and they were all sort of XL and up. So I went ahead and grabbed as much as I could. They were $2 a piece. So you can consider this, sort of know that I paid $2 out of pocket for this. Off the shoulder, sort of very like shift dress with a flared bell type sleeve, which you can see in this picture. And this sold for, well, it sold for the full asking price of $27.99 plus shipping, which is very good for It also sold in just a couple of hours of being listed. Very, very fast turnaround. So hopefully the rest of it will sell quickly as well. We'll see. Next is a Pure and Good piece. This was in a haul. When we came back from vacation, we stopped in Asheville at the bins. I did not go to the bins. That's coming up in a haul video anyway, just the whole thing in general. I went into the retail store that was attached to the bins. And this is one of those pieces. So unfortunately, this won't be in my haul video because it's already been sent out to my buyer. Stay tuned for the whole video, by the way. But this sold really, really quickly. It sold for a best offer of $17, which I'm happy to take for an Anthropologie piece at this point. And I paid $4 for it. Jones, New York, this was a 2X, which is why I grabbed it. Just a brown and white sort of animal zebra print shift dress. And this sold for the full asking price of $19.99 plus shipping. Another Anthropologie piece. I've had this for forever, at least a year, if not longer. Picked it up at a thrift store for $4, so definitely overpaid. Someone sent me a best offer of $13. It's been so long. Very happy to take that and recoup my money. So that one went out too. Marmot, however you want to say that one. That's what it looks like right there. Let me see if I can find the actual logo as well, because I know that I don't think we're going to be able to see it. It's right on the back of the neck. Right there, if you can see it. It kind of looks like an M or mountain, something like that. Anyway, it's a color block, quarter zip, long sleeve, pullover, kind of the thin athletic type material. Sold for a best offer of $27.99. And I picked this up at a yard sale, I think, as well, and it's only been listed for about a month. Universal Thread, which is Target brand. It's just one of their like house brands right now. $14.99 is what this skirt sold for, plus the shipping. So I was really happy with that. It's kind of like a pencil denim skirt, and it had a raw hem as well, which is kind of on trend. Mountain Hardware, this piece, I guess you could call it like for fishing or hiking or whatever, had some zipper pockets and things, but the main reason I grabbed it is it had a vented back, which some people really, really do look for. It was a women's size 6, and this piece went for $15, best offer of $15 plus shipping. Pair of men's Banana Republic shorts. This came in a big haul that I bought a bunch of clothes off of somebody I know. Most of them were plus size women's, but there were a few men's pieces. This happened to be one of them. So I just went ahead and popped them up. The plaid shorts by Banana Republic, and someone offered me $13.50, and I went ahead and took that. This t-shirt has only been up for about 3 weeks or so at this point. It sold for $15.99, which is the full asking price, just Margaritaville. And I picked this up for 25 cents at a yard sale. So I actually almost didn't get it because Margaritaville, I always thought, didn't do very well, but it actually sold pretty darn quickly. So for 25 cents, I'd probably give it a shot again, to be honest. This J. Crew dress, it was a 0 petite, but I decided to take my chances because it was such a nice career piece, such a nice structured career dress. It was 100% wool, I think, just a sheath dress, really, really lovely. It's on a hanger because, quite frankly, it was so small I couldn't get it on my mannequin, but I think it still looks quite nice in the photos. Anyway, someone sent me best offer of $32.50 plus the shipping, and I went ahead and took that, and it's been listed for probably about 6 to 8 weeks. These Clark shoes, these actually sold pretty quickly within about less than a week of being listed. And I took a best offer of $15. I know they were listed for $22.99 and not up for very long. However, as you can see in the photos, the toe marks were really prominent. That has never stopped me from selling shoes like these, like sort of nice leather sandals or Birkenstocks or anything like that. However, I do bear it in mind when someone sends me an offer because that can be off-putting to some buyers. So $15 plus the shipping is what I took for these. And finally was this lot of American Eagle denim jeans. They were all size 0. Most of them were size 0 short, except for one, which was noted in the listing. Had them up for $40 plus the shipping. Someone offered me $25, and I took that because quite a few of them actually had flaws. They were different kind of styles and things like that, but they're all the same size, all the same brand, but there were a few flaws, such as, the occasional stitch missing or the occasional non-factory distressing, to a knee or something like that. All disclosed, obviously, but still, I was happy to take 25, and I grabbed them all at a filler bag simply because they were all the same size and I knew I could lot them together, and it worked. All right, so let's go ahead and talk our numbers. So that was a total of 30 items sold this week. The gross sales were $674.95. Cost of goods, because there's 30 items, I'm going to call it $30. My fees, which I count as 20% from my gross sales, basically, since Poshmark is 20%, eBay is almost 20% when you start looking at like PayPal and eBay fees and all that kind of stuff. And I just like to keep it super consistent and transparent. So we say 20%, $134.99 is what I would consider my fees. So that would make my net profit for this week, the first week back after being on vacation, at $509.96, which I am very, very happy with. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope your sales are doing well and picking up also. Fingers crossed this carries on into next week and I don't see a sudden slowdown. Time will tell. We'll figure it out if it does, and we'll just crack on and work it out. I don't know. It'll be okay. Stay tuned. If you're not subscribed yet, I would super encourage you to subscribe. I have a bunch of cool haul videos coming your way that I'm in the process of recording right now. One specifically is a thrift store that I went to when I was on vacation, and I'm really excited to share my experience there because when I went in, I won't say too much, but when I went in, they had an entire eBay room that no one was allowed to step foot in, and people researching their items to sell on eBay. As you can imagine, I thought I'm never going to find anything in here because they're eBay savvy. Turns out I did pretty darn good. And I'm going to show you the items that I decided to pick up despite them having their eBay room. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can see when that video goes live, and I will reveal everything really soon. All right, you guys, have the most amazing week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.